Alright, hello everyone, this is BentlBuilds and welcome to Red River in Cities Skylines. I am just admiring this whole train situation that we worked on last time. If you don't recall, I had the station over here and it was just not quite working for me. So I spent the entire last episode working this out and, making it look better. So I only got to the lines that are spreading out from this direction, or into this direction, I guess. So I want to just kind of finish this off going the other way. I think there will only be... Actually, okay, I was going to say I can bring the lines in from the same stations that they're coming out of, but then I realized that might not be the most ideal, because it's possible traffic could still kind of stack up, maybe, or maybe not. I'm not sure. Well, I guess some of these, for sure, I guess both of these are going to be through routes, so I guess it's fine. I guess they'll just go through. What I might do is stagger some of the entries for these, so there'll be every train is gonna stop at Union Station. It's gonna be that would be dumb if they didn't. But what I'm thinking is, with the exception of this Airport Express line, the other tracks can... I guess I don't know why I deleted that whole one. I didn't need to. So the idea that I have is that each one of these lines, as they approach Union Station, will get to have... Oops, I used the wrong track again. So they'll have two entrances into the station, which will potentially allow for, first of all, more lines. Or I guess not more lines, more trains, but it will also allow for, potentially a line, that is through Union Station and one that stops at Union Station and then returns from where it came from instead of continuing on, which also will allow me to use more of the stalls at the station. Platforms was the word I was looking for. It'll allow me to use up more of the platforms so it looks a little less weird, which I'm sure we can all get behind that. Oh, why did I do that? Okay. And then we'll just kind of give this one the similar... Actually, I'll do it coming from the other way. That's probably the more reasonable way to do it. Yeah, like that. So, okay, I like that. I like how that looks. I think it's a little more reasonable. And it will allow... There's still these 3 platforms left that, potentially can be for other lines. I don't know what they would be for, but in theory, they could be. I guess an Amtrak kind of a thing could come into one of these platforms. The thing that I don't know about is if you can, when you're making the train lines, designate a train, like where the trains go that come in from like outside the region, you know? I'm not sure if you can like designate that. So if you know that, let me know, because I'm not sure. If that's the case, then I can totally do that here and add another line in. So that's what we're gonna do. I keep selecting the road instead of the train tracks, and I just don't know why. It's super annoying. And there's no one to blame but myself, naturally. So that bad boy's gonna come out there. This one is gonna come out here and then sort of just attach on. Maybe, possibly. Probably need to do it like that. There we go. Here's a fun thought. What if I... I'm thinking to kind of accommodate this small rock station that's not really connected to anything in any way. I could add another line that, like, you know, comes out this way, so it has its own platform, and then there can be kind of an express line to Small Rock as well, so that, you know, there won't be random trains coming in here that go into Small Rock before coming up, and ones that don't. Probably the people in Small Rock, for the most part, are just going to have to live with riding into Union Station to make a connection to any other train. I feel like that seems the most logical at this point. The other thing that I will probably do is, I mean, I don't know if any of y'all have seen these videos. Since you're watching this, I would assume, you know, you have some interest in, like, city planning. I know it's a leap, but I just get the vibe that you might. But I watched this this video that was talking about the metro, like, commuter rail lines in Chicago. They were using Chicago as an example of why mass transit doesn't really work the American way of doing it, where, like, you know, everything does come into one, like, central station. So, you know, if you're wanting to ride the train from out here to over here, you're gonna have to go clear out of your way down into downtown and then transfer trains and then come back out this way. So obviously that's not ideal, and that's not what I want. For the people in Small Rock, it's kind of the only way I can see it making sense. But for the rest of this, my plan is to have light rail, obviously, that extends into downtown as well, but there will be lines that are kind of rings further out to allow people to travel, you know, between commuter lines without having to, like, go all the way into downtown, to maybe make things a little more efficient. That's my thought on that. So yeah, next thing, I'm gonna get back to this. So I'll just come out here. That's crooked, I think. I've said it before and I'll say it again. There is nothing more irritating than working on railroad tracks in Cities Skylines. It just never hits the spot. They're always being weird and finicky and obnoxious. So this line that, you know, is blocked by the pillar, how that's going to have to work is, you know, the continuing line that will come through for this line is this track, and then the line that stops coming in from this direction will be on that line, and then the one coming from this direction will be on the one directly next to it. I don't know if that made any sense while I was explaining it, but maybe if I just go ahead and make it happen, it'll make a little more sense. I promise I'm thinking this through to some degree. I am trying my best. Okay, what are we doing here? Again, this is all just, complications of working with the train tracks. I think the idea that I have is going to work. It's just a matter of getting the train tracks to cooperate with what I'm trying to do. So I've got that. This is the main line. So these are going to be like the two main lines coming out in this direction. And then there'll be two other lines coming out this way. This first one is the one I was talking about that will be the, split that it stops at this station instead of continuing on the full route. And then the next one will be the route that will go out to Small Rock. So the thing I'm not too sure about is how I want these to kind of come together, because obviously these two lines are going to be going out different ways. Actually, this is maybe all unnecessary. I don't know why I was thinking there would be another line continuing out, because really there won't be. There'll be a line that goes into Small Rock, and then a line that comes out this way. But there's not really like a spot for anything else. So that doesn't need to be a thing. Basically, that can just continue on. It'll be great. So then the Small Rock Express one is just gonna be the one that stops. Okay, no, so basically, so the lines are gonna work like this. This line comes in, takes these two lines, and then it comes through. They connect up here, and they will come back up in this direction, I guess. And then this other line will come into Small Rock. I actually don't know if I'm in love with that plan. I'm going to do it. At this point, I'm kind of just being nitpicky about what's going where. It's not anything that's going to be a big plan altering thing. It's just in my mind, it feels a little more satisfying for, the line that comes out here to come up into the station and then continue on this way, instead of just going back in there and ending, because then this line goes out this way into downtown and then it'll go back out. But it'll be fine. I think that'll work. It'll be totally fine. So what I think I'll do is rethink this little junction, because there's going to be 2 lines coming into it. So actually, okay, really fast, I'm going to go ahead and just bring this road all the way up so that I can somewhat use it as a guide for where I'm going. Yeah. So I guess what this needs to be is another bridge, which will be fine because this big ol' building will still have like access to the road. You know, it's not hurting anybody. And then that should be plenty of room. We'll bring this back down. And ta-da. Cool. So oops, I hit the wrong button. But we're all good. So these 2 tracks will run directly next to each other. Wait. I think I should give them a little more room, if I can, because a couple episodes ago I mentioned the, I guess, likelihood of having some industrial in this area. So this 3rd track is going to be for freight and cargo rather than for passengers. Although if the whole Amtrak situation, if I can choose where that goes, or if it just uses the line that intersects with the edge of the region, then yeah, it would come into this spot, which also means that I don't necessarily need to have this line run parallel to the freight rail line. Nice. I'm just out here solving all kinds of problems. Alright, anyway. So, I've got these 3 lines, and they're also gonna come under this bridge. Like this. So this is going to be another spot where, you know, the trains are definitely going to have to be traveling at a fairly slow speed, just to make sure they don't, like, do anything too crazy. Because I could definitely see a situation where, like, you know, a train comes around a bend like that and just ruins everything for everyone. Why is it doing this? There we go. And then just bring these two up. Nice. And then, because we basically know for sure that this is all the track that's going to come under here, like, we know for sure that this bridge is not going to need to be, like, made longer. Like, this is plenty of space. One of the few occasions in which my planning actually, like, did something positive for me. Instead of just requiring me to completely start from scratch. Okay, so that connects right in there. This one comes out this way. Oops, that was not supposed to be how that happened. Just kind of pulls up next to it. Yeah, and then this last one is gonna be a scooch weird, because it's not gonna connect into this line, because it's gonna be the freight. So yeah. Okay, so realistically, well, I don't know. I think that, I mean, I guess it's kind of all the same. I'm just thinking out loud here. I'm trying to figure out, like, you know, eventually, very far in the future, when you know, there's growth out here and I'm wanting to bring the passenger rail out and have stations, like, how I'll want that to be in, like, what direction. But, you know, I can worry about that later. As long as everything is connecting up okay, then we're fine. So these will kind of just come straight out this way. We are just gonna not be using that road as a guide. The roads will bend to the rail, not the other way around. So that's how we're doing this. And then this one. So basically, doing all of this, the main thing we can establish is that the good people of Small Rock, if they're wanting to take the train, it's going to be kind of a weird, out-of-the-way loop. But that's fine. They love it, probably. I don't know. They're just happy to have a train. You know? It's their fault for living on this weird bend in the river. I guess. I don't freaking know. So, yeah, the passenger rail and the cargo rail will run next to each other for a while, but they're not going to be like it's not going to be all the way now that they're doing that, because this is where I was kind of talking to myself, is this spot right here. If I want to have the passenger line, which is the one that already has the bridge, if I want to have that continue out this way or kind of branch off this way, or if that might be better served by like light rail. I don't know. Much to think about. Next thing, I'm gonna go ahead and bring it across. Someone commented, I don't even remember what video it was on, oops, or anything like that, but basically they said that trains can't like handle doing, oh my gosh, why is this happening? Oh, that's why. They can't really handle like big slopes. So I was gonna try to give this less of a slope, but it is not letting me, so we're just gonna have to suspend realism there, I guess. Bummer. And it's gonna be the same story with this one. It'll be fine. We've got some magical trains here in Red River. They'll just gobble up those hills. Alright, so the line on the right is the cargo, so I'm going to go ahead and just get that connected up. And looking nice. Cool. There we go. And then I'm going to leave the passenger rail right there, just until I, need to figure out what to do with that. Then the cargo has its connection this way. I'm not going to worry about giving it a line going that way, because I think if trains are coming down this way, like, they're going to need a way to continue on. Ooh, okay. Because I realized any passenger trains that come in on this cargo line from outside of the region, if they're trying to go to this station, they are going to have, like, it's going to allow for cargo rail to also potentially come through here, which is not what I want. So here's what I'll do. I'm going to I'll need to look into like whether or not you can designate tracks and be like, freight trains are not allowed on this track or something like that. But for now, that's not what I need to worry about. I'm just going to work on solving the problem in the best way I know how, which is building more crap. So this line here would be the one that would connect, that would allow like an Amtrak style train to come into this station and have a stop there. And then I don't know how to get it out though. It's just going to be a whole thing, isn't it? Cool. Okay, I'm not going to have it go that way. It doesn't need to go to the airport. What I'm going to do is have it split off basically right after it leaves the station. And it's going to head in this direction because it will connect up with this track over here, which also means that this little embankment that is a little bridge for this road maybe get to serve a dual purpose if I can fit them both under there. Maybe. Wouldn't that be cute? I think that would be pretty freaking cute. Definitely not. It's okay. Gonna just widen this out then, I guess. And then it'll work fine. Other way, please. There we go. So this will come out here. So there's still the incline. It'll just, excuse me. Sometimes I feel like things like that to be kind of like attitude. I don't like it. No, that was not correct. Okay, I just want this to be smooth. Is that too much ask? Maybe. I want to feel the way. No, it is. No, it is no longer. Why? Why? Who hurt you? Hello? Okay, you can't stare. Oh, okay, well, no, that was not helpful. Oh my gosh. See, this is exactly why I keep doing this ring stuff. Is I get very messed up and then I mess up. I wonder if that's enough, if I can get the thing through. But that is flat enough. Get it back. Just kind of flat, you know? No, it's not. Okay, I'm gonna keep trying this. I mean, that thing's doing fine. I wonder if I leave this row through here, if that will help this situation. No. I don't know. Wait, I got lost. Nope. Oh, nope. Okay. Obviously, this is such a thing they have the least amount of skill. Okay, everything I need to do is figure out what the terrain flow is. Okay, not that. So, 140 something? Let's try it. Oh. We got it. We did it. Incredible. That was truly an ordeal. Just kind of soften all this up and make sure it looks nice. All right. So we'll just pop this highway back in. Cool. And then back to the rail. Just kind of head on through there too. And then this one will come up there. And one more. Yes. Incredible. Then just, back down. That is better. That is what I was going for. Okay. Amazing. Okay, so yeah, then for sure, I'm not going to put a way to get from over here to over here, because basically this is just going to be like a big detour loop to like industrial areas that are going to be like probably over in here, and then once they do that, they can come back here, continue on their way, or come back the way they came, but they don't need to travel through there otherwise. Once again, I am not going to worry about that road having a crossing for now. That's not going to be permanent, but at this time, I am completely comfortable leaving it like that. I just want to bring this back. There we go. Cool. Just railroad tracks crisscrossing everywhere. That's so fun. And then basically this track is going to cross right there too at some point. But that's not what we're doing today, is it? Anyway. Then the other thing is for any freight rail, I'm just going to pull this line out just in case to kind of preserve that spot. And then I will just kind of connect this line in as well, just to, you know, make it feel a little more full. Oh, it's not even gonna, oh, almost got it. Okay. Well, okay, that's how we're gonna have to do it, and then bring it back. So this track will connect in, oh my gosh. Or maybe it won't. Fine. Yeah, so this one can just kind of I guess, yeah, loop over to this one, so there can be multiple inter-region trains in the station at a time, if necessary. But then freight can possibly, I don't know if it'll fit under this bridge or not. I don't think it will. Oh, nuts. Let's... Oh, it totally will. Hold on. Okay. I just need it to not, like, interfere with it. Okay, so yeah, that's what it'll be. Is then the freight trains will have their little bypass of the station, because they will theoretically be not permitted into it for obvious reasons. And then we're going to bring this line back, because this one's going to connect in over this way. Like that. It really would be good to know, like, whether or not this game, like, sets it up so that, like, freight will avoid like passenger stations if it can. I don't know. No idea. But either way, doesn't matter all that much, because for what I've got going on, this works totally fine. And then this just will kind of connect back up right there. Okay, so that's all squared away. Cool. That's probably most of what we'll have time for. But just to make it feel a little less like we did nothing all day long, we'll just bring bridges over all of these to basically just maintain like connections. Like, I don't want traffic to get messy because it all bottlenecks because of a like, because train crossings cause it to. Like, I want to avoid that as much as possible. So there will be lots of bridges, and that will include pedestrian bridges. Because obviously it needs to. Why wouldn't it? Okay. Oh, this will be kind of interesting. Huh. So this road I'm wondering, because that road really doesn't go too far down this way, but this road is a big kind of connecting road, so I think this one maybe needs to have the bridge instead. That feels fair. Yeah. And then just kind of bring it out all the way to there. Cool. And then just for kicks, giggles, nuts. That is not what I meant to do. This game desperately needs like a back button, because the number of times I like accidentally bulldoze something or try something and it completely doesn't work, and then I waste, a whole hour like with something that doesn't work. That's annoying. So yeah, if there's ever like a sequel to Cities Skylines, whoever creates it, I am begging, pleading, just a back button would solve so many problems. I have an idea. So this whole thing, we're gonna change it up a little, possibly. Because I totally think a pedestrian road could go in here, under the bridge this way. Because if the train tracks fit, then there's no reason this will not. Yeah. Amazing. So, what I'm thinking, this might be the part that is trouble, is I don't know if it'll like connect up to this technically, like as a pedestrian path, but maybe if I bring this up this way, it won't matter. How did I get one in here before? It definitely fit. Well, I just ruined everything, so cool. How did I do that? What the heck? Gosh dang it. How did I do that? I'm so confused. Did I just make it? Did I just happen to have it lined up so perfectly that... Oh, there it is. I wonder if that track was the reason why I was having trouble. That's weird. I'm telling you, working with train tracks in this game will test every ounce of your patience And then you still might go crazy at the end of it, because see? What? Why? I'm gonna lose it. Why? Why is this happening? Y'all saw that one go in. Like, it worked. Everything hurts. Maybe I just gotta really finesse it. Maybe that really is all it is. And it's a fluke I got it the first time, naturally. Because heaven forbid. Okay, it's fixed. So this will come back this way. Okay. So how this will work is like this. Or if everything would just line up, that would be really great. This comes up. There we go. So this pedestrian road, all of that for something that might not even work. So I'm thinking I could do like a loop sort of thing. Wait, I know what to do. Haha. I solved the mystery, kind of. A little bit. So, it's going to be a bus-only lane. And then, it'll come in here. And there will be a little bus station thing right there, where there can be a bunch of bus stops. There'll be a little bus station there where there can be a bunch of little bus stops and only bus stops. And it'll be just really great. And then this little path can just sort of yeah. I don't know. We're gonna pretend those are connected. Actually, we're not. We're just gonna come back in here. I think I'm on the right track. I just need to get it right. Actually, I think I might have one-way bus-only roads. Possibly. No, I don't. Never mind. Okay. So this one is going long once again. So I'm just gonna, save this for later. For a later thing to figure out what I'm doing. So yeah, thank you for watching. It was really, really great, really productive. And, yeah, I'll see you next time.